You know, I've noticed that there are two types of people when it comes to cooking, just being in the kitchen. They are those clean as you go kind of people. The ones who wipe the counters between every step. They rinse every spoon before grabbing another. They will have a sink full of soapy dishwater so that they can wash as they go. And somehow they still figure out a way to manage finishing the dinner with a spotless kitchen. Then there's the use everything there is kind of people. You know, pots, pans, plates, measuring cups, measuring spoons. They spread it all out across the counter and all over every nook and cranny like there's just been this culinary explosion. And when the meal is done, that's when their cleaning up begins. And you know what? Both people, they get fed. They enjoy the meal. But I've noticed they handle the process very, very differently. And lately, I've been thinking about how much life feels the same way. Some of us try to clean as we go. We try to tidy up every mistake, fix and put together every emotion, keeps things neat and in order as we move through our days. And there's others that seem to let things pile up. Conversations that were never finished, dreams that keep getting pushed off, small frustrations that never took time to clear up. And somewhere along the way, the sink fills up, not with dishes, but with unfinished business. Truthfully, we all have a little bit of a mess somewhere in our process. See, no one's exempt. Maybe your mess is emotional. It's a wound that you haven't quite, like my grandmother said, put some liniment on it to allow it to heal and be tended to. Maybe your mess is relational. It's that conversation that you avoided or those boundaries you never learned to address fully. Or maybe it's personal, you know, those goals that you keep delaying because you're waiting for the perfect time or waiting for things to calm down. But here's what I've learned. Your peace isn't about living without mess. It's about learning how do you handle your mess. See, some people clean as they go. They process in real time, they journal, they talk it out, they pray, they reflect, whatever is necessary for them to stay clear and maybe grounded. Others may let things stack up until that point of reckoning with where they have to actually take care of it. And then they burn themselves out trying to clean it all in one go. But if we're honest, both camps have mess. It's just ultimately how they deal with it. The clean as you go folks, they may look calm, but they're so focused on staying tidy and looking perfect that maybe they forget to actually enjoy the meal. They're always wiping, rearranging, fixing, and when nothing's broken, they're still doing it. And the pile it up people, they may get lost in the fun of cooking and the process, but eventually they got to face that mountain of dishes that's just stacking up everywhere. So there's no better way. It's just your way. What matters is knowing your rhythm and owning it. See, that rhythm, that is where the real lesson is today that I want to focus on. How do you move through life when things get messy? How do you respond when your emotions or responsibilities or dreams spill out onto every counter? See, because whether you're a clean as a go kind of person or a face it all at the end once it piles up, your peace comes when you stop fighting your process and start working with it. If you're the type who gets overwhelmed when things pile up, guess what? Well, maybe you got to try a little bit of clean as you go. Not to be perfect, but to protect that peace on the inside of you. And if you're one who gets consumed by constantly cleaning, maybe give yourself permission to leave a few things in the sink and actually learn to enjoy the process itself. Because here's the truth. The kitchen, much like your life, was never meant to be spotless. It was meant to be lived in. See that mess? That means movement. That mess means growth. It means something's a cooking. It means you're still becoming what and who you need to be. When we chase spotlessness, spotless emotions, spotless relationships, spotless plans, we miss the beauty in the splatter, the laughter, the learning, the late night cleanup that reminds you you're still alive and you're still trying and you're still trying to make it happen. You don't need a perfect process to live in peace. Or how about this, and put it this way, you don't need a perfect process to live a peaceful life. You just need to know where your peace lives and how to do it and how to replicate it. So maybe peace for you is the rhythm of a slow morning. How about journaling after a long day? Maybe it's giving yourself permission to leave that email unread one more day. Unless it's from your boss and it's like an emergency and the subject line says critical, open immediately. Or maybe it's turning on the music and washing those pans one at a time and listening and swaying to the music. I want to remind you, you're not behind. You're just in the progress. You're in the mess because progress is messy. Growth is messy. Becoming who you are and who you're meant to be, is going to be messy, but in a beautiful way. So instead of running from it, why don't we make peace with the process? Make peace with the fact that sometimes you'll have it all together and sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll clean as you go, and sometimes you'll be standing there in front of the sink with a sink full of dishes, wondering where in the HE double hockey sticks do I start? But either way, you're still in the process, and that's something that you should be proud of. Maybe, just maybe, consider peace isn't about being spotless. Maybe peace is about choosing your rhythm of restoration, your rhythm of work, deciding how often you need to stop, breathe, reflect, make room for calm in the middle of the work, decide how to make the work fun. And if you're in a season where everything feels messy, it's okay. You don't have to fix it all today. Just start washing one dish at a time. Make one call, forgive one thing. Because remember, the goal isn't to have a perfect kitchen. It's to have a peaceful heart. And as always, guys, I love you much.